people who love riding fixed love the same things about it. You know, the exhilarating freedom of just getting around and not taking anything too seriously.
We're here because we love riding, and part of that is being connected to the bike. I think people are just jealous that we get there quicker and we look better doing it.
When I flick my feet into the straps and I get spinning and then I start sprinting. I'm a total adrenaline junkie, so I love to sprint. I'm never cruising. I'm either sprinting or I'm panting at the lights. You know what I mean? I love fixed in that I feel like I'm physically pushing every motion forward. Every pedal that I take, I can feel it contributing to the motion of the bicycle. I prefer to ride through the city than a countryside any day because it looks tricky, hard. It's never the same every day. I never ride the same route every day because I like to just follow the flow of the traffic. I don't have any brakes, so I'm forced to use my legs, and I really leverage the way the pedals move in relation to how my body moves forward and dashing around trucks and big lights and that kind of thing.
Riding bikes has done more for me confidence-wise than any other thing I've done in my life. After not really picking up a bike at all since being a kid, I kind of just hopped on this fixed gear thing and I was like, yeah, this works for me. Melbourne is the first other city apart from Vancouver that I've actually lived in for a long period of time. You know, I landed and the first thing I did was drop my stuff and beeline it to the closest bike shop. When you're exploring a new city, you know, it's this whole network of things that you've not seen, and you hop on your bike and you just kind of work through it, and then it eventually becomes that your whole understanding of the places you go and the things you do become mapped out by where you have ridden. You have this growing map of all the ways that are, you not only figure out how to get from A to B, but you figure out there's better ways, you figure out the more scenic routes.
When you're out riding, nothing else really matters. If you've got all sorts of things going on in your head, you just push a bit harder and it's all gone. I often find when I'm working on music to just have a break and get out and go for a ride, go to the velodrome, fly around the velodrome for 20 laps, 30 laps. I come back and I'm like fresh and inspired and hyped up and get more done. Riding fixed is like the bike becomes part of your body. You and the bike are basically at one the whole time.
A lot of female fixed riders are either city orientated or they're track orientated. I can't dedicate myself to being a complete city fixed rider. I can't settle for that. I have to be a little bit further afield. I really like to get up early and experience the dawn on a city, but from an external perspective. When you do get up that early, you start out on cold legs and then you're on the road and you're really putting a lot behind you and propelling yourself forward. Riding fixed is challenging, to say the least, particularly when you do take it outside of the city. It brings on a whole new level and an appreciation for so many other aspects like The craftsmanship of the bikes comes into play more so the longer that you spend in the saddle. You can still have an amazing bike, but you also know that if you don't have amazing legs, you're not going to get anywhere.
My first ever bike was a red tricycle, and I used to push my brother around in the back seat. My second bike was pink. I had training wheels, fucking rocked it, streamers, everything. When I got my first fixed gear, I pretty much just fell in love. That was it for me. As soon as I jump onto my bicycle, I just feel this calmness come over me, and I'm ready to go. I start pedaling and I just feel this exhilaration, and it's like nothing else. The good thing about the Cinelli is it got pretty chipped pretty quickly, so I wasn't very precious about it, even though it was my first real bike that I had built myself. I love it because it goes fast, it whips around, you can fang it. I think there's a part of everyone that kind of rides fixed that is that exhibitionist that, you know, not many people ride like we ride, and we're here to have fun and tear shit up.
I've always been riding a lot on my own because I didn't ever know any girls that were into riding like I was. I decided that I really wanted to be riding with other girls, and I started to seek out the girls that were in Melbourne and try and set up something where girls could meet and learn basic street skills.
When Sanso started the Itchy Tricks, it was just such an amazing opportunity, and it was such a different vibe from the get-go because being all female riders, everybody was really supportive of each other. We all encourage each other and we all root for each other, and we all just want to do some rad shit, you know.
Just to be able to have that community and that support to try new things, whether it's tricks, whether it's going out on rides, you're all there to just enjoy the fact that you've got this many people together that just love riding bikes, and they're all women. It's pretty incredible.
We're all different ages, different kind of people, but when we get together and we ride, it's like we're just like a really, really tight unit.
You know, bikes were the thing that brought you together, and bikes are the thing that you all have in common, but then, you know, you end up being this really awesome group of like-minded thinkers. And sometimes you'll be riding together and you'll just stop and you'll look beside you and you'll look to the other side of you, and there's like two of your greatest friends riding these awesome bikes that they've built themselves, and it's something I never thought I would have.
I feel this sense of overwhelming joy that I've been able to connect with such a rad group of chicks that are totally disinterested in what society says that we should be doing at our age. We just want to ride bicycles. If that makes me crazy, then I'm crazy.
These are my people, and I've found them, and we've all found each other, and it's such an amazing feeling.